What's up, party people? We got week 2 Eagles at Chargers, and we have a little challenge here, a little game, a game within the game. Yeah, we have a playbook freak off, as you want to call it, whatever that means. Um, we decided that the Eagles were going to have a playbook change before we realized who they were playing, and they were going to switch to the Chargers, and the Chargers run the Chargers playbook. We needed to get Barkley going, and the Eagles old offensive playbook is in New Orleans, and they needed a different offense. And Jeffrey Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, has said they're going to try to make the fullback relevant again, and we need a playbook that has effective yards for Barkley. So we're going to see who does it better, and yeah, that's the challenge. So sit back and enjoy Week 2 Eagles at Chargers. It's a great matchup, and thank you for watching.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And here we go from L.A. Darius Davis to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly. The way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
2nd and 8. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Only a yard that time. It forces 4th and 1.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
And you wonder, as he's about to take his first snap today, yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Completed over the middle. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Benjamin St-Juste getting up to end that play. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They run it with Saquon Barkley. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. No return on that punt. And the Chargers take possession. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They're carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Cooper to Jean with the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. Herbert now off the play fake. It's caught. That's Mike Williams. And they bring him down around the 34. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Gets this to McConkey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back.
Still first down.
So after the 5 yards are marched off, here's 1st and 15. Running it after the penalty. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Has a man, it's Tyler Conklin. And he touches him down as he finds enough to pick up the first. Working inside the red zone. Dumped off to his running back. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Play action now for Herbert. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Putting a receiver in motion. On 3rd down, Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. And we're going to get a timeout from the defense here. Browns kick is up and good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Smith on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well. Barkley trying this up the gut. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tuipulotu in for the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tuipulotu in for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. The play fake now Hurts to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We're back to SoFi right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. They go to Barkley again. Still has room inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a second quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 31. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Running left is Harris. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Chargers will have a 1st. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. From the 19. He finds McConkey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, give. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. It's Harris on the option. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
3rd and long for him here. Dump off caught by his back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Here's Smith on the return. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field, nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Not on the same page with his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Hurts now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Running behind center with Harris. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. First down throwing for Hurts. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Elijah Molden. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking, he's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. and he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chargers pushing for a bigger lead before halftime. 1st and 10, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. It's taken in by Williams. He's got to gain a 6 there. Bryce Huff in on the tackle. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Herbert from the gun. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They have themselves another 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 3 now. Now Herbert to throw. Has it down close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. They snap it to Herbert. Has it in close. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Well, no pushing the envelope, it appears, in what remains of this first half. He's going to take a knee and watch that time run out here. We've reached halftime, and what a game we've got so far. Just 2 points separating these teams. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
These 2 teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Eagles returning their offense and this running back to the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. 1st down, a run with Barkley. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Just 1 play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. First down, and they go right back to him. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. The Chargers into a nickel set, third down. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Hurts looking to throw. Catch is made in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable...
Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
You know what that call tells me a little bit? That they didn't trust that they could win the battle up front. No matter what they dialed up, run, pass, Doug Flutie, drop kick, that defensive front was coming. And they came strong to force a third and goal.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Looking to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Well, Brock, not the way I imagined it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted, so a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it, and he sure did, and use that athleticism for 6.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. They'll start this series with an option left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. From the 36. Chased out to his right. Taken off with it again. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Ooh, close call there. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Play action now for Herbert. Taken in by Harris. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell. 2nd and 6 coming up here. A handoff for Harris, running right. He finds space for a few yards that time. Zach Bond with the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. That throw finds Johnston. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They give to Harris from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Escapes the pocket. And he hits the deck after setting him up with 1st and goal. Big gain, 14 on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal. Trying to run in, Harris. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal. To the air this time, Herbert. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He's got Brown on the slant. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try it right with Brown. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
On 1st down, Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take an 11-point lead as they try to push this one out of reach. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles push the lead up to 12. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. That throw finds Conklin. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. They got a hand on it, and now it's intercepted. And the Eagles have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. You're going to run with Barkley. It's 6 yards on the gain, and now they've got 2nd and goal from the 1. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles have likely locked up the win right there. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions, and while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
We managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 31. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Herbert. Escapes out to the left. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Complete beyond the marker. And they make the tackle at the 38. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Herbert from the gun. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Short pass brought in. And they take him down right along the 30.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Oh, giving it to the wide receiver on 3rd and short. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They send a tight end in motion. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, he lost the football. Oh, and they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Eagles nearing their first win of the season. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He's going deep. Yeah, that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. Back to the air, Herbert. Johnston brings it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. On 3rd down, Herbert. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Desperation time here on 4th. Completed here to Johnston. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Prior to 1st down, they decide to call a timeout. Herbert to throw once more. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. It's Herbert once more. Finds the in route complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Brought in close to the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Herbert throwing again. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Now Herbert again. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get it back to within 2 possessions. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Eagles are able to recover. And that should just about do it for us here. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the 1st quarter, the 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the 4th.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one. Well, you win, Brock, you get to celebrate. You lose, it's all about diagnosing the root causes of it quickly and then moving on.
You know, Kate, in Super Bowl 57, I thought Jalen Hurts totally nailed it. So spot on with his leadership when he said, it's after a loss. He said, we're either winning or we're learning. You're not really losing. If you have a losing mentality, you don't move forward. You learn and you move on from it in this league.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.